Get ready for the tip-off. We'll take that W and hand you a loss. Break your ankles on the cross. On God, I'm that wrong. Off the bounce, leave you on the first step. It might be a long night for you without some double team help. Or the whistle from the ref. I'm from the school of hard knocks. Watch how I hit them with a shimmy when I get them on the block. We talking nothing but hoops. A floor general and it's true. Spot up in the corner, man, you know I'm gon' shoot. Or slam like an alpha. I'm beastin' like a boss named Hefe. Trapping on the baseline, you escape no way. A baller like Kobe wearing 24. And y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel. With Mr. Slam and Alpha Dog 2. And Pure Waves with the best sports book too. If you wanna show support, give us a view. Call this an NBA jam. If you a super fan, hit the bell is what you do. We off the bounce. Check up. Level off the bounce. Let's get it.
He's on fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bounce, boys. It's been a while. How you guys doing, man?
Excited to be back. We have a huge game tonight. Efe, how we doing?
Doing great, man. So excited to have NBA basketball back finally. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's like 80 years between games. I don't know why they made it like this. Luckily, though, only between games 3 and 4, we only have to wait tomorrow. So thank God.
Let's go. BBB, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I mean, the way they set this up is kind of just really weird, in my opinion. We got, I think, between last game and if there were to be a game 7, it's more than 2 weeks of time that would be in between it. So this entire series is taking, like, close to a month if it goes the whole game 7.
I mean, I'm not complaining, though. I want NBA to kind of drag on a little bit longer. Hope it goes to game 7, though, boys. But anyways, before we jump into things, boys, we got to shout out our sponsor, Pure Wage. If you guys haven't followed them, make sure to give them a follow. Best in the business.
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess we can just jump into a quick recap from the last game. Talk about a little bit. It wasn't much of a game. Second half was a blowout. And God damn it, I hate blowouts, man, because all my props got screwed by the hook. Unreal. I think I had Al Horford over rebounds. Got an 8. Tatum over 6.5. He got 6. It was miserable because of a blowout. So how'd you boys do on Sunday?
Not a good game for me. I was on the Celtics in that one. Thought they were going to be able to keep it close, but they obviously were not. But different story tonight, possibly going into Boston. Props were props. We all know what happens during blowouts for props, and it was one of those games. Any of you guys have any good success the other game?
Yeah, no, I did. I did pretty good.
I'm just going to go ahead and get mine out of the way. I'll let you celebrate yours here in a second, Hefe. But I mean, props were screwed me as well. I had like Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists. He had 5 like super early in the second half. Didn't play the last half of the third quarter, the whole fourth quarter. I mean, he needed 1 assist. You're just sitting there like, well, all right, he's done. Even before it was a blowout, he kind of checked out before it was getting to that blowout, and then they just decided to never put him back in. So he literally sat like almost the whole last half of the game. So that was tough to swallow.
And he also had 2 points.
I didn't touch it.
Tough game for all Celtics role players. Celtics in general. Not to make it sound easy, but Celtics don't win games when they have turnovers. They need to win the turnover battle to win the game. In that game, game 2, I had the Warriors, but I also had Jason Tatum over. It's kind of crazy how he just has one game, he has a great game. He has a bad game, he has a good game. Yeah, I've never seen it like this. It's getting to the point that it's almost like you just take it blind eye. But shout out to the Warriors and their 3-point shooting. Shout out to Draymond Green, who is getting a lot of crap, but I think his style of play is a reason why the Warriors won that game.
I mean, to be fair, Draymond Green should not have been in the game from basically the first quarter on. There's literally no way.
What do you mean by that?
He should have got a second technical. I get the whole protect the stars thing, but that's just ridiculous.
I hate that. I agree with you 100%.
I totally disagree.
If the rule is a rule, if the rule's a rule, you have to honor it. Doesn't matter what the situation is.
Yes, it does. It 100% matters what the situation is.
They need to change the rule.
No, because he knows that. Because he knows that. He got his first technical, and he just played. He played like an idiot. He looked like a buffoon out there. He's smacking people in the face. He's doing whatever he did.
Hey, Draymond's a savage, bro.
My opinion is it's not just off Draymond, though, doing this. It's for anyone doing this. I can't stand when they do this in any game where they make a call based on a prior decision they made earlier in the game. If it warrants a flagrant or a technical, you should get a flagrant or a technical regardless if you have one. If that's not the case, change the damn rules.
I think that veteran refs who take into consideration where that player is in a game, where they're reffing at, it's not game 72 of the regular season, it's game 2 of the NBA Finals. I like that. I like that in a veteran ref, and I also think Draymond knows that. That's why he was able to push the envelope a little further.
Exactly.
I agree with
I guarantee you, hold on. If this was, I don't know, a rookie ref, I don't know the word, not as experienced as that crew, he wouldn't have pulled that crap, and we all know it.
So here's the deal. I agree with the sentiment you have. If it's something tight, if it's something close, you're letting him slide a little bit. But he was literally taking advantage of it. He knows he played the refs like a fiddle. He gets in their faces. He yells at them. He literally is hitting people in the face. Like, you cannot do that stuff. I thought the arrests were just egregious in the first half. Like, regardless, it didn't change the outcome of the game.
I have one thing that I think both of you will agree with me on, and all three of us, I think, is that tonight there'll be no hoopla. Because this caused such a media uproar. We had nothing to do but talk about this for the last 3 days, right? Because we didn't have another game. That I think tonight, if you get a bad look, you might get a tech. So I don't think anybody's going to try anything tonight. I actually saw that point on First Take earlier today. I think today's going to be the definition of a clean game because they can't. This series is completely up for grabs. You guys know a winner of Game 3 wins a best of 7 series. I think 82% of the time. Nobody's going to try that.
82%.
82%. 82% of the time.
All I know is I don't want the game being left in a judgment call of the referee. If the rule is one way, then it's one way. If it's the other way, then it's the other way. But you can't let the ref decide what the rule is on the game because that's how all the speculation comes in, is when the ref can control what he wants to make on a call and not go by the actual rules. And I don't think in any sport that should be the case.
I do agree with that. But I do like the fact that they can go back and review. I think that's crucial because in that situation, they could have reversed something or changed the call going from there. So I do like that refs are able to review that, and it does not have to be a judgment call. But all right, guys, I don't know what else to say about Game 2 other than Steph Curry is obviously the best player on the Warriors. He's shown that.
Yep. Cash both his props in 2 games. Let's jump right into today's breakdown. Celtics. Warriors versus the Celtics, line sitting at -3.5. The total is sitting at 213.5. I see this total go from 212 now back to 213.5 there. Let's start with the totals here. What do you guys like? Over, under? Last game went way under. Had that as a max play there. BBB, going to you first, man. What do you like in total in the totals for this game?
Yeah, so far it's kind of teeter-totter back and forth. On this one, I really don't have a side. For a total, I just don't want to have pick a total on this one. I think it's kind of a toss-up here.
It is completely a toss-up.
I can't confidently tell you. I'm not going to just pull some out of my butt here, but totals, I'm laying off that.
Could I ask you a question? You don't have to maybe give us a total, but do you think an over game favors the Warriors or the Celtics?
I think the Celtics can play at either style. I think that
I couldn't agree with you more. That's why I think it's so hard because
that's why it's hard.
It matters one way or the other. Both teams can play towards an under. Both teams can play towards an over. Both teams can play fast. Both teams can play slow. I do
in previous
tend to think Warriors want to play fast.
Hey, Mike Green calling the game.
Oh yes, he's back.
Just got the alert. Back in the booth.
Right. So maybe an over since that'll fire everyone.
Bang!
Bang.
Yep. I actually like the over in this spot, guys. I think the Boston role players will shoot a lot better now that they're back at home. And the Warriors are veteran players enough to hit their shots on the road in big games. I think we're going to see a thrilling back and forth game here. I think it's going to be close either way, which will lead to this one going over. It's my favorite play on this game, taking the over 213.
I think what you said about the role players is so important. Boston's kryptonite right now is Al Horford. He plays good, they win. He plays bad, they lose. It's like legit.
You can kind of say the same thing with Smart as well.
I think
but you know what's crazy about that, Slam? When it's like Smart doesn't have a good game unless Horford has a good game. Horford doesn't have a good game unless Smart has a good game. It's like they're tied. It makes no sense. It's
all the role players feed off each other. I know they're not really role players, but on this team they are. They all feed off each other. It's all the energy. When Derek White starts in the open threes, they start contesting him heavy on the perimeter, and he moves the ball to an open Al Horford. Once that first three goes in, they have to defend him differently, and the whole game changes.
Couldn't agree with you more.
I think we're going to see that tonight.
Matter of fact, throw Rob Williams in there too, man. It's like they're all connected. Like
Rob Williams just banged up, man. If that dude was fully healthy, I think he would be a menace. I think he would be literally. I think the Celtics would destroy the Warriors if it was 100% healthy Rob Williams, because Draymond's not stopping him. Draymond's just going to get dunked on, balls in the mouth.
That's my 2022 Defensive Player of the Year right there, Robert Williams.
He'd be calling KD back up right now. That's what Draymond would be doing if he was fully healthy.
All right, should we do maybe props next and before?
Hold on. Did we get the Slam total? Did Slam get the total?
Yeah, I got you guys. Yeah, you guys always forget about me, man.
Slam's out here watching the Blue Jays Royals. I know he is. He's just,
I 100% am.
By the way, wait, before you say a word, boys, Alpha, BB, we had a great call in that game. We literally called that one.
What game?
Pretty perfect.
What game?
We both said it was a really stinky line for the Blue Jays.
Okay, yeah, I took the Royals. But anyways,
I told you, day game.
I'm leaning towards the over with you guys, man. I think the Celtics bounce back offensively. I'm scared to take the under since I took the under last game and it went way under. Over or no play here. I like the side better, so we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's jump right into player props first, though. We'll save the sides for last.
You go first.
Okay, Warriors. All right, some key players that have been sucking lately. All right, Thompson. Is he going to snap out of it? Is he due? Go ahead, Hefe. Is he due?
I don't think so, man. I got a crazy theory about it. The dude hasn't played basketball for like over 2 years, right? Now he's playing a lot of basketball. He might be tired.
100%.
He just might be freaking tired.
100% fatigue.
He just looks
at
off,
one
man.
point to the chat, going over to chat, wear my cup, saying the Warriors still have Wiseman to add. Anyone remember that he's still alive? Wiseman.
Yeah, why you never see it?
Yeah, why is he? I don't know. Hey.
I don't think that's like anything too crazy.
Can I tell you? Do you guys know he's the fourth highest payroll on that team?
Who?
Did he what?
Wiseman. He's the fourth highest paid on that team.
Oh.
Hopefully we can finally see him next year. I mean, this is what his second or third year. We haven't seen him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get into these props. What are you guys liking?
Yeah.
Go Slam.
Thompson, he's at 18.5 right now.
You're not gonna take the over. There's no way you're doing that.
Shit, dude. The Warriors need him.
There's no way you're doing
I mean, last game Poole had
Poole did literally nothing you could have seen.
I want to, man. I've been eyeing Thompson props. I'm like, okay. Last game I was like, I'm gonna stay off this one. If he doesn't hit, I'm gonna hit him game 3. Dude, he stayed in late last game because he was like pissed. Like he was trying to get like himself in like the rhythm again, him find the momentum. He played the last remaining minutes, like garbage time.
Still didn't.
You guys know that.
I'm taking Thompson. I'm taking Thompson over. I'm doing it. He's got to snap out of it. At least one game of the series. Like
Let me tell you guys, I had an 8-person 3-point prop on the last game.
Oh my
$50, $50 to win $5,500.
Never came close, dude.
I was all Klay Thompson.
Yeah, what I'm saying, but it wasn't like you were one Klay Thompson 3 away. You needed 4 Klay Thompson.
I think you needed Horford too, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I got him.
Yeah.
I had every leg but Klay.
Yeah, but it was 4 Klay threes. How many threes did he make?
Bro, he went 1-8 from 3.
He went
1-8 from 3.
He got the looks. He just couldn't fucking do it.
Dude,
all right, boys.
He was so open.
Time for my player prop parlay.
Go ahead, Warriors.
Jordan Poole 2 threes. Derek White 2 threes. Parlaying them. Both of them are at minus 140. Parlay had to get plus 180. I think they're definitely both going to hit 2 threes tonight. My favorite prop on either side on anything you can parlay both.
Let's talk about Derek White, actually, dude. He's been great for that team. Coming off the bench. I think he hit his props like almost in every game. What?
He's hitting all of them.
Yeah, he's just hitting props.
Derek White
every single
is
game.
a guy that whenever they first got him from San Antonio, this is what I kind of envisioned he'd be. He'd be this, secondary depth scorer, and it took him a while to find it, which kind of is expected. He came from a new team, and this is a group of players that kind of have almost like grown up in the league together. So it took some time to gel, but it seems like he's finally starting to figure out how to play and what his role is with this team. I think he's been very valuable.
Shout out
trade
Hefe.
by Brad Stevens.
Shout out Hefe. I remember at deadline day, me and you were really hyping this one up. We said this could be a big difference maker. Who was it that they dealt for him? Was it
Richardson?
I was going to say Josh Richardson and
It was-
Ed.
Plays zero defense.
You
Dude.
know
The dude
I hate
plays
him.
zero freaking
I hate him.
defense.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out Brad Stevens, man. Nobody talks about this. Brad Stevens did two things, one in the offseason and one at the trade deadline, that changed his team incredibly, 180'd it, and something that Danny Ainge would never do. Trade draft picks for not star players. He did it for Al Horford. He did it for Derek White. Both of those guys were traded for first-round picks, something that Danny Ainge would never do, something that Brad Stevens got into that role to do, and look at what's done. They're in the finals.
Yeah, 100%. Who's next on the prop show? What we got?
BBB, you go last.
All right. We doing Warriors first, and then we go into
Yeah,
Celtics?
just
whatever.
Just do a
I'll-
prop.
What do you like?
Well, Warriors, I'm with you on that slam. I'm going Klay Thompson over 18.
Yeah, buddy.
He's a rhythm shooter.
A little collab, a little
are just
BBB and slam,
literally
little
tossing
BBB
a
and slam special.
Yeah, there's no correlation
this.
to his previous games.
Look
Clay
at the
is a
graph.
rhythm shooter, and it
Look at the
depends on
graph.
every game is a new game. It depends on
He's
how he
due.
comes out and how he shoots.
Look at the graph. He's due.
Shout out Edge House, baby, for giving us all the
What a
tools.
graph. What a
What a
graph
graph,
at his
man.
20% hit rate. You know what I see? When I see 20% hit rate, I think slam it. That's what we do here. Freaking
I'm gonna have one unit on it, and it's not. And this is different. This is way different. This isn't a guy that's like, every game is a new game to game basis. He's gonna have the volume every single night. The volume will be there. He's gonna, whether he's off, he's gonna shoot them. And then the fact that every night is a new night for him. Like he comes into it with a new mentality, and if his rhythm's on, he skies over this number like
He's been
easily.
terrible.
We're getting a lot of value on this. Half of those that have not hit there are
Bro, he's been so bad.
half of those that haven't hit on that list there though. He had 19 or so. So we could still get that at the over 18.5 line. I like it. I think that he can get there. I think
The
he's-
line has definitely dropped down to 18. It opened at 19.5, dropped to 18.5. So getting some better value there.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to finish it off. I have two props for this game. Both are
What
on the
you got?
Celtics. First, I'm going to take Jaylen Brown over on the points. Jaylen Brown is the most consistent offensive player the Celtics have right now. Every game he's coming out, he's balling. He's especially balling in the fourth quarter. He's great. He had a great first quarter in game two, and then just had a horrendous next three quarters. They flipped Andrew Wiggins on him, and it changed the entire way that game was played.
I mean, he also sat out second half. He would have probably hit this if he played
True.
full game. Same with a lot of players
yeah.
on the Celtics.
And then my last one, Tatum over assists, 5.5. For the Celtics to be good tonight, I think Tatum has to be more of a facilitator than a scorer. It's shown that when he drives into the paint and he facilitates out to the corner slots, people like Smart, people like White, people like Al Horford, et cetera, Brown, they're wide open. Grant Williams, they're wide open. They make them, the Celtics win. They lose, we're going to probably see a Celtics loss. So I like to see Tatum in the facilitator role today. I think that's actually his over on assists is it plus money. It is over 5.5 at plus 115. So over 5.5 assists on Tatum, over 23.5 points for Brown, my two props of the day.
Before we move on to sides, I want to talk about Marcus Smart. 2 points last game here. The last game he scored in single digits was against Miami. He had 5 points. Next game went off of 14 and then continued to score 24-18. Could we see a bounce back spot here for Smart? What do you guys think? I'm like,
yeah, actually, I think
especially at home.
it's cool. It's cool. I didn't just say in the chat I was going to take this one, Alpha. Don't worry about it. This is my favorite prop of the day. Over 13.5 points. He's hit this in seven of his last 10 games. And like you said, all those games where he went under right there, he bounced back with a big performance there. I think we see that again. He's crucial to this team. This is my favorite prop of this game, like by far, landslide. I think Marcus Smart is key to this team. So I hope that he can come out and continue to be a contributor.
BBB, would you say he'll be a
max
good
lock
candidate to like stack it or max lock or whatever you want to call it?
I
What is
think
the
if you
stack it and max lock it, what is the difference in
Yeah.
those?
Thanos becomes undead, and we need the Avengers back. That's
very good.
if you were to max lock it, you're just hammering the baseline. If you were to stack it, you're going for more value. Like you think he could get up to like 25 plus, going for like the plus 1,000 play. I do think he gets about 17, 18. So if you wanted to put the 15, maybe the 20 in there, get some of that value in there as well. Then I think
something funny, Hefe.
Yeah. Your dad, Stephen Chow, is hilarious. Anyway, guys, let's do the sides. I'll start. I'm taking the Celtics -3 tonight. I'm buying a hook. I'm buying it down, taking a -125 odds. I think the Celtics win. I think the role players come out with energy. I think they defend the perimeter better than they did in game 2. I think they find their offensive just rhythm. I'm taking the Celtics to win this game by 3 or more.
I agree with you. I see it the same exact way. My only official play on this one is the over, but I may add the Celtics spread as we get closer to game time. Right now, just the over for me. And the prop parlay, that's definitely going to hit.
Yeah, I love the Celtics tonight. I'm riding with you, Hefe. I'm not going to buy the points. I think that they can win this one decently, especially at home. So I'm taking the -3.5. You can get it at like -105 on there. But I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of the Celtics moneyline pure promo. Slam, do we have a little graphic for that? Because plus 100 on the money line.
Yeah. We'll post that after the show.
For sure.
Celtics money line plus 100 only on Pure Wage. Make sure to go DM them. Pure Wage 5. That's the boost for the day. What are the Celtics money line not boosted? Anybody know?
-170.
That's incredible. He's giving you
Great
70
value.
points of value. If you like the Celtics like we do, go over to Pure Wage right now and make sure you DM them and take advantage of Celtics money line at even odds plus 100. Pure Wage 5. Get them now. Tell them we sent you.
Yes, sir. Guys, if you do like Celtics, what's going on there? DM Pure Wage, but I'll give you my side here. Boys, I'm going opposite of all you guys. I like the Warriors plus the points here, plus the 3.5. It's actually moved down to 3 5 minutes ago. So jump on Warriors plus the points if you can, if you like the Warriors.
Yeah, don't do that at all.
I just want to let everybody know that's watching. This is also the guy that's telling you Klay Thompson over tonight. 20% hit rate.
You know what? You're making fun of me.
Hey, yeah. You wait till
I love when Hefe does this shit, guys. I love when Hefe does this shit because the prop is going to hit and he's going to be like, fuck.
I will happily have your prop.
So.
Klay Thompson could drop 40 if it means that the Celtics win by 4 or more points. By all means, have it. Go for it.
We'll see. Who is clicking this banner stuff? Stop it.
I have no idea.
Jesus. All right, boys. Let's jump right into it. Is it about that time?
It's about that time, boys. Wade to LeBron. Best bets, even though I only have 2 bets on the game. I'll give you both of them. They're both the best. All right, we're taking the over 213 in Celtics Warriors and the prop parlay 2 threes for Derek White. And hold on, let me pull up the new odds. Just changed on me. Plus 185 for 2 threes for Poole and White. 2 threes or more for Poole and White, plus 185.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. I'll go next. We can skip Slam and BBB best bets because it's Klay Thompson over 18.5 points. We both know that. So that's what their plays is. My play, I have 2 for you. I'm going Jason Tatum over.
Take Thompson under.
No. I'm taking Jason Tatum over 5.5 assists, and I'm taking the Celtics -3 as my 2 best bets. BB, explain why you 2 are on Klay Thompson.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm going to throw that in the best bets. It wasn't even going to be in there. It was going to be Celtics -3.5, and then it was going to be Marcus Smart over 13.5 points. I also like his over 2.5 threes at plus money as well, but I'm going to be throwing Klay Thompson in the best bets as well because it is a best bet. It's going to smack. It's a 1-unit play for me, but it's going to smack like a 12-unit play because Hefe doubts it. This is the Fade Hefe special play. Fade Hefe special plays have never lost. They're 0-0, but they've never lost. So the Fade Hefe special play.
I mean, didn't Hefe take the Angels yesterday?
I have a question. Do we have
I know you're not going to tell me. You know you're not going to tell me about the Angels yesterday.
Do we have a cluck bet between Hefe and BBB?
Cluck bet. Let's get it. Let's bring it back.
Come
on.
Wait. No. Slam's obviously involved. We're all involved. I'm bringing you. It's me and Alpha versus you two. We're on the under. You're on the over. Good night. Goodbye. We will see everybody tomorrow on Off the Bat. It's a lot of day games tomorrow. We'll see you at noon. Let's go Celtics. Klay Thompson hoping to score 17 points tonight. Good night. Goodbye. Enjoy the game.